Never, never, never die. 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 Never die.
Fuck you.
Thank you for coming on the show, especially short notice. You know what I'm saying? I always try to plan these things and try to set these things a little further out, but I'm fucking horrible with that shit. I kind of like, hey, if you got time within the next couple of days, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm always off the cuff. I'm always like, you know, if I can make it happen, I can make it happen.
Yeah, definitely, man. Because I mean, my schedule, it seems like you just never know what's going to happen. So I think, last minute or just like impromptu sometimes is a lot better. Especially during the day. My recording schedule is so weird. That's why like me and Dave don't get together so quiet as often on my podcast, is because I work nights, so it's always hard to record with. And that's another reason why I don't appear on a lot of other people's shows usually, because people ask me, I'm like, yeah, but my recording schedule sucks right now. So it's cool to be able to do it during the day.
Oh yeah, no, big time. You know, I've been off work with shoulder surgery since November, and it just got extended because I'm going to need more time off. But I've been trying to make sure that I'm making more of an effort of doing these talks with other people, because, you know, that's what I like. I you know, like my preferred podcast is either two people or a group of people having a chat, the kind of talk where it's just like, you know, like if your buddies are just having a conversation in the garage, drinking a couple of beers, or just shooting the shit and bullshitting back and forth. Because I like to have that feeling of being involved in the conversation, because I can always add my 2 cents into anything anyways. But yeah. So, you know, every so often I like to get that on here. You know, it's just fucking great, because like one of the things I always love to talk about is what people do. Like, you do recordings, you do digital recordings and videos for people, and you know, they call you up. And how do you usually start the process of something like that?
Yeah, so like if I'm making a podcast intro for somebody, like they'll just hit me up, say, hey, can you do this for me? I'm sure. So what I try to do is I try to get get a feel for what they're envisioning, you know, am I trying to set a certain mood or whatever, you know, something like that. And so, I basically just, so then I just, from there, you know, they may have a certain style of music they want it to be. They're like, hey, here's the song I want to sound like, or something like that. So then I just take that and start from scratch. Sometimes they're just like, hey, I have no idea. Just go for it. I'm like, all right, cool. So then I'll just like, I do everything in GarageBand. So it's really simple, nothing too elaborate. And I just like, you know, just try out different things and kind of work something out, send it to them, say, hey, what do you think about this? And they're like, hey, I love it, or I hate it, and rework it or go with it, you know, just, so it's really simple. I try to, cater to what the person wants. I try to get a feel for what they want, just try to make it perfect for them, and just, you know, kind of rework it as many times as needed until they're completely happy with it.
You know, that's a skill that you know, only a handful of people really have, because like, you know, to get a feel to sit there and really fucking like, you know, kind of figure out what someone else wants. It's almost like you're a mind reader sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because like, you know, I hear the intros that you've done for a few of the, you know, our Set Network brothers in our network, and I'm like, God damn, that shit sounds fucking great. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, thanks.
It's just so crazy, because like I said, it's like even I don't know what I want. I happen to stumble across, like for the intro of this song for my podcast, I kind of just stumbled across a soundbite, and I was like, oh, that sounds cool. And then like I never noticed the things that were in it until after the fact. So when people start pointing that out, I was like, oh shit, I never, you know, like I would hear it, but never registered like, oh, that really says that, when I, you know, at the end of that soundbite, or at the big intro or the outro. So it's just like it fits so perfectly, and I just thought, like, I didn't even think nothing of it. I was like, oh, that sounds cool, I'll just use that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, dude, I definitely do that. I actually add little sound effects or things here and there, just so people, when they're listening to stuff like one I'm working on right now, I've added like a certain little thing in there, and I'm like wondering if they'll notice it or not. So it's funny, you know, just you know, things like that.
Oh yeah, no. Like I said, it's like you know, with podcasting becoming so popular and there being so many podcasts. Andrew from Dead Hand Radio, I don't know if you've seen it, but he sent us a link that was like almost like a podcast checker of like world stats for podcasting.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, it was in the feed, so I'm like, well, fuck it. I usually never check, I check my stats and I check, certain things, like, oh, okay, cool. I get an update once a week through my through Spreaker, and they're like, hey, these are how many you're up, these are how many you're down, and so it's kind of just how I always guesstimated it. But once I jumped on that thing and I kind of looked at it, I was like, that's a I don't know how true this website is. I don't know how their algorithm works or how the it's based in podcasting, but it does give like a grade and a percentage. And so I checked a lot of our shows. Our shows are all doing pretty, at least in my eyes, doing pretty well with it. Like the hundreds of millions of podcasts that it shows, because it gives like a specific these are how many podcasts that are registered, and then this is your grade within these amount of podcasts. And I was like, there's a lot of podcasts out there.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I don't even try to I have no expectations that I'm gonna like blow up or anything. I'm just like, I'm just putting this stuff out there. I'm doing what I like. If no one else likes it, that's cool. I'm having fun doing it, But yeah, no, I so when I first started my other show, Black Cat Shadow, I was on Libsyn, and they have kind of limited stats, so I couldn't really see much of what was going on. Like, you had to pay more money to actually get like the cool stats, the stats that really show you what's going on. But now I'm on Anchor with my World of Horror podcast, and they give you everything for free, so it's really cool. So I'm able to see like how many listens each episode has, stuff like that. But yeah, man, it's one of those things that's really kind of addicting to kind of go back and keep checking it. Ooh, someone else listened to it. Oh, someone else, just, kind of get into that game like of just seeing how many people listens to each episode. And I try not to put too much stock in it, but it's still exciting whenever you get more listeners, definitely.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely got a little bit of sense of accomplishment when you can see some of these stats. Like I said, I don't put much into a lot of the stats because once I started podcasting, I was like, I do this regardless of if it was popular or not. But at the same time, it's like, it's just like, I didn't like before, I knew of podcasting. I listened, I was a Joe Rogan, first time listener. Someone kept mentioning it to me. I was like, I just recently got an iPhone. I'm like, all right, fuck, I'll check it out. And I checked it out. And the next thing you fucking know, I'm knee deep in so many freaking podcasts and listening to them. And then when Pat and Brian, or really it was Pat who fucking pushed me into doing the podcasting, and I started doing it. I was like, all right, there's something to this. I really like it. It has a satisfying feeling that I haven't received from anything else in that form. Like, I literally, I do 3 episodes a week, and that's quite a bit. I'm saying? It takes a lot of effort to do that. But the thing is I look forward to doing it. Life does hit me, and there's going to be times I don't hit those episodes, but it's like, no, I got to knock this out. Oh, it's going to be a late night. I hadn't had any time in the morning, during the day, so I'm going to knock this out before I go to sleep. And it just has that feeling, you know what I'm saying? And it's just so fucking crazy because, like, once I met Dave, and, well, Brian and Pat met Dave, they introduced me to Dave, and then I got introduced to you through Black Cat Shadow, and then I started listening. It's like, Black Cat Shadow had a great fucking niche. I love the way you guys had the format. I love the way that you did the episodes. And you know what I'm saying? Now that you got your new podcast with the World of Horror, I can already see it. It's starting to head in that almost the same, not the same direction, but in that same way where you're you're getting ready to start pumping out some good material.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I really love doing Black Cat Shadow, and it just kind of
can you describe it for people what Black Cat Shadow is, and that they can still find it out there?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the feed's still up. I'm still paying to have it up there so people can check it out. But kind of what it started off as, it's kind of like moved in some different directions as it went on. But it started off as like me looking at horror movies and then like trying to line up urban legends or true crime cases or whatever that could have inspired the story in the horror movie. So like, like I talk about Carrie, and then I talk about like real life psychics or whatever, like in that movie, it deals with like telekinesis, like being able to move things with your mind. So I was like looking at real cases of telekinesis, stuff like that. And then we also once Dave got involved, he really added the avenue of us doing interviews because he had some connections, and so we started doing some interviews with some really cool people, like Michael Berryman, Sid Haig before he passed away, um, Katie from Paranormal Activity. So we talked to a lot of cool people, and it was a really cool opportunity for me because I would have never thought that I would have been able to talk to some of these people. But yeah, so that's basically what it was. It was more of like it was focused on horror movies, but then also trying to incorporate some of that paranormal, some of that true crime in there too, because I mean, I'm not so big into true crime unless it kind of like blends in with paranormal or something. There's something like kind of stand out about it. But no, man, yeah. So I wanted to find a way to incorporate horror movies with just like weird stuff that happens every day in our world, and so I was doing that. It was like really time intensive, and it took a lot of time to research that kind of stuff, and just with like the some of the people involved, it was kind of hard to kind of keep it moving, and I was kind of doing everything myself, like all the producing, editing, whatever, social media, everything. So I just kind of got to be and I had a specific goal for that one. So it was like I was really trying to market it and stuff, and it just kind of became more work than love for me. So I just kind of had to set it aside, and so now with my new show, World of Horror, this is just like straight off the cuff conversation. There's not much prep that goes into it. It's just more fun for me. Me and Dave have a good chemistry, so it just works, man. I mean, I know that people love Black Cat Shadow, and I don't know, like, and it was cool for what it was, So I definitely appreciate anybody that goes back and checks out those old episodes, and I'll still keep the feed up for people to listen to it. Definitely.
Oh yeah, no, and it's with the new podcast. I'm a preferred off the cuff because podcasts are very refined. They edit, they kill dead space, they kill dead air. That's the majority of editing and stuff like that. But the thing is I love that in it. That's what I prefer, because what it is, it's realism in the podcast, where it's not like so refined and so touched up that it's like it almost loses it. And podcasts, they need to be somewhat condensed because you can only hold somebody for so long. But the thing is when you have that conversation that's real, and then you're gonna have a couple of ums and a couple of yes and a couple, you know what I'm saying? That little dead space and air gives that dramatic effect of like you're either trying to call somebody out or make fun of somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. So, hell, I'm going to spend less time cutting out all that dead air on my podcast.
that's what I'm saying. Like I say, it's understandable to have, like you're gonna cut here, cut there. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, for my podcast, I literally, like, even in this conversation, I'm just gonna nip off the beginning, nip off the end, add in my intro and outro, and then wham, bam, done. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the amount of editing that I do for just my podcast. For me and my wife, you know what I'm saying, we had to deal with some technical issues through YouTube to be able to produce a podcast and place it on there, because we have a video format for it. And you know what I'm saying, so we're getting ready to start ramping that up again. But now that I've gotten it figured out, the editing on that is just ridiculous, because it's trying to line up video and audio at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it like I said, I'm not the best at technology, but it took me at least 3 weeks to figure out how to do a picture-in-picture, and then how to time it just right, and then how to adjust the audio. And it's just like, I always tell people too, if you want to do a podcast, listen to mine, and you're gonna fucking feel very comfortable with it, because you know what I'm saying. It's a little choppy, but I make it work.
Yeah, no, I mean yours is great. I mean, I think with yours it's more about the content. It's I don't think people like oh, I'm going to listen to it for like a well produced podcast. It's like, yeah, I'm going to listen to Ben because he always says something like interesting, encouraging, whatever, and so I think that's just where the appreciation comes from.
Oh yeah, well, like I said, I found. I found a little groove in for Angry Dad, and now that I've refined it, I'm gonna just ride that groove.
Oh yeah, that's the key, man. Find your niche, find your groove.
Yeah,
I feel like, I don't know, man, with like Black Cat Shadow, I felt like I never found my groove with that show. I feel like now with World of Horror, I'm kind of like it's easier to find that groove a little bit. I think just because there's more space for it because it's not so structured. It's more just kind of go with the flow.
Yeah. And then once you hit that go to the flow and you get that stride, that's when that groove develops. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely see you doing awfully well fucking with this one, because I'm telling you right now, like I said, when you gotta like, and that, like I said, that's it comes back to like scheduling and talking with people and having conversations, because it's like that's not me. If I'm feeling it, or if I'm listening to another podcast, or I, happen to to be able to get in to contact with somebody I'd like to talk to, I want to have that within a few days, because then it's going to be a little more. I feel a little more authentic to me, because they've captured my thought and my ability to speak to them and be able to have a full flowing conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's like one of those moments in time. It's like, oh, I really want to talk to that person. And then because you're listening to their podcast, you're listening to their content, you're all about what they're doing at this moment in time, and because that shifts so often, sometimes you just lose that little bit of enthusiasm, and that so like I try to hit that nail on the fucking head every time. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, let me fucking see if I can just reach out and see if they have within the next few days to speak with me, and then we'll set something up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's cool. I like that. Yeah, I get like for me, I'm always like, oh yeah, let's do something next month. Like I always kind of do it. I'm like I overplan things, so but yeah.
Oh yeah, and with the amount of podcasting that you guys have done, like with the structure and with that setup and the freedom that you have now with the World of Horror podcast, how is it you feel like how comfortable do you feel with Anchor and using their stuff? Because like I've talked to a few people and they're like, oh, this is a little slow, this is a little, you know what I'm saying, like with the easeability of using it, you know what I'm saying, for other people, how do you feel like user friendly Anchor is?
It's super easy. I mean, I don't edit anything in Anchor. Basically, all I do is I edit myself and I upload it to Anchor and I publish it. So for me, I mean, it's super easy to use. It's free. That's the big draw. I know some other people like put ads and stuff. There's ways to like monetize your podcast, but I don't really do that because I don't have enough listeners to really make it worth my while, to add. Because I feel like once you put ads in there, it kind of some people see it as kind of a drawback, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if I get like, if I get like maybe I don't know if I'll ever add ads because it's never like for me, this isn't really about making money. This show here is not about making money. It's just about having fun. So, um, I don't know, but yeah, no, I love Anchor. Compared to like something like Libsyn where you have to actually pay to have a feed up. Anchor's awesome, man. You can upload as much as you want, basically. And you get all the stats for free. So yeah, I would definitely anybody that's new into podcasting that especially someone who's on a budget, they don't have a lot of money, go with Anchor. It's like a no brainer.
Oh yeah. And I was almost gonna switch to Anchor, because I don't know if you because I put it in the feed. I was having issues with Spreaker. Spreaker is the podcasting system I use, and one of the big draws that I like about it is I don't have to have multiple emails or multiple shows on like either any of the platforms, because like the majority of the majority of all things is you have one podcast and then you have to have separate pages for them. So
Right.
like with Spreaker, basically it's like a network system where you can have multiple shows run off of one feed. So like I'll have separate RSS feeds, but I can have multiple shows, so I can access them all from one site. And so it's super user friendly in that fact where I can just click here, click here, click here, and then I don't have to log in or sign out at everything. And so and it's the same thing on the phone app, because it has its own digital board where I can have intros and outros where I just press the button and it'll start the outro and then just start speaking after that. But like it allows me to upload to every one of my feeds without having to have multiple logins or multiple things. You know what I'm saying? I don't know too much about Anchor on that, but that's one of the big draws for me, because like I said, I have multiple podcasts because I have Angry Dad, I Married a Bigfoot, and then your Dad's Action Movies podcast, and so it makes it super simple for me to because the easier for me, the better. Then I don't have to argue or have we all have that notebook of all our passwords. You know what I'm saying? Or
Oh
at least
yeah.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, what was that again?
Oh yeah, definitely. No, that sounds good. Yeah, Spreaker sounds like it's good if you have like multiple shows. That definitely.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, and when and like I had my podcast is monetized because they'll put their own ad in, drop in the beginning and at the end. But when they do that, it's like whoever what's it called, and I tell people I don't do it for the money. I only do it for the $20 that pays for my shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh yeah.
so like every couple of months I'll get a $20 bill in the mail, and I'll be like, all right, cool. That goes right back into paying for what I'm doing here.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah, I mean that's more than I was expecting.
Let me tell you, right, well, it's hilarious as hell because it's like I wasn't expecting that, but I'll take that.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, like I was expecting like, pennies, for like you get like 1 penny for every so many episodes or so many listens or whatever. It's just I kind of thought that I was going from the thinking that it's just like very minimal money that you make from like the ads and stuff.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, see, this is the thing. With podcasting and monetization, and this is just off of Spreaker's algorithms and their systems, as they go by impressions. And an impression, defined by them, is 1 cent per impression. But an impression is whatever they say it is. So I can have like 1,000 impressions, and so that'd be 1,000 pennies. You think like, no, it's not that. It's actual like oh, this was the impression, but this is what you're gonna receive. And so it's like the Wild West of monetizations, because like there's no defined term of what an impression is and what the payout for the per impression is. You know what I'm saying? They can say, oh, this is the impression, but this is the real impression. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't know how it works. They word it so fucking difficultly, and there's no defined line to explain it. But it would definitely be better if like a lot of these things, because like slowly, which I've noticed in the feeds and noticed within the podcast community, because of a couple of the forums I'm in, people always talk about, hey, this is what this is lining up with. So like a lot of the podcasting systems are now lining up together to be within the same data analyzing company. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's slowly starting to become one integrated system to where like because my podcast goes onto multiple platforms, and so with that multiple platforms, I'm starting to receive everything from all those platforms to just my Spreaker analytics. And so because of those, so it's like they're all slowly starting to come together. I don't know if it'll ever become something, or if it's just going to be fucking fuck us all the fucking time. But it's just it's just interesting to see it, because I received emails, and I received the like when you sign up for something, do you want to receive our emails? Would you like to receive our newsletter? And I said, of course we all fucking, like, oh, either click yes or click no. I always click yes, because you never know what the fuck shows up. And so, I've been reading the little fine print lately, because I'm like, I really want to know what this fucking shit is.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, there's always fine print, man. The older I get, the more that I like feel like I need to read that shit, because I know you've experienced it. They always try to screw you somehow.
Oh yeah, always. You know what I'm saying? They try to, if there's not one way, there's the other. I don't know if how much of the because I do run a meme page, and every so often I get this meme that comes up, and it's about this guy in Ireland, and what he ends up doing is he gets a credit, he gets a copy of a credit card, okay, and with the copy of the credit card, he reads it, and so he's all, nah, this is bullshit. So he types up a completely fucking new one. He literally just reprints, scans it, changes a lot of the fucking words, agrees to it, signs it, and so it tells him he has an unlimited credit account. Literally has a unlimited credit account. He has a 0% interest rate. He has unlimited cash back, and like he has all these things that he wrote into it, signed it. And then after he signed it, sent it in. And once he sent it in, they sent him a credit card. And so once he sent the credit card, he starts using it. Of course, you got to pay it back. That's just part of the fucking shit. But he's like, hey, when he started receiving his bills, like, hey, what's up with this? Hey, what's up with this? So because he signed it and kept a copy of it, and then because with credit card companies, they automatically scan those, so they get downloaded into the system. They go through it. So because they processed it, he fucked them because they didn't read their own fine print.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
yeah, it was hilarious. It's like this ongoing meme all the time too, because this guy's got like this fucking platinum or one of those black cards that are fucking. He screwed the fucking credit card company because he just fucking reversed the shit on him, eh?
That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
What's your meme page? I don't think I ever knew about this.
Oh, it's, my B to the fourth power on Instagram. It's just that it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that's my that's my it's like when I first started doing that, like I said, it was just starting off. I was just a regular, like, because I was on the very front page of Instagram when it first started, and so I just started, posting stuff. Because I was into bodybuilding and doing bodybuilding at that time, so I just started posting bodybuilding stuff and bodybuilding memes and stuff that I thought was funny, and then I ended up getting injured, and being injured, I ended up starting the podcast. And so once I started doing the podcast, it ended up just like, you know what? If I find something funny, I'm going to fucking post it. That's it. They're plain and simple. If it makes me laugh, it goes up. So yeah. And so I ended up, I think I'm like at 30, I'm pretty sure it's like 30,000 posts now. But let's double check it right now. Yeah, so I'm at 30K posts. That's how many posts I post.
Wow.
And so I usually try to do a minimum of 20 a day of just funny stuff that I find.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
yeah, it's awesome, but yeah.
Oh yeah, no, you know what I'm saying, but also too because of that, it's helped me grow my podcast because of social media. It's like I had so much traction with the podcasting, and then just all of a sudden it's like it was hilarious because like one day I was like, fuck, I had like a whole bunch of followers jump up, then a whole bunch of followers jump up, then a whole bunch of I was like, what the fuck is going on? And the next thing you know, like this shit's just fucking outrageous. But it's just like I said, it's just from posting funny stuff. It wasn't it was a little bit the podcast, but it was the majority of like I'm just posting fire all fucking day because it makes me laugh.
Yeah, hey man, it's like share, like it's almost like, yeah, if it makes you laugh, then it's probably gonna make someone else laugh too. And that's kind of what that's kind of the mindset I'm into now. It's like I was trying to do like my previous show, trying to like cater to like a specific thing, like trying to make this one specific thing. But now I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do something for me, and if I like it, other people are probably gonna like it too somewhere down the line. So yeah,
and that's how that works. That's really how it works. You know what I'm saying? It's like, everyone has a sense of humor. Not everyone's the fucking same, but a good majority of us are all the same. You know what I'm saying? We all laugh at the same movies. We all laugh at the same jokes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If it's funny, it goes up.
Yeah, dude, your stuff is funny. I mean, I mean, some of the bodybuilder stuff kind of goes over my head, but a lot of the other stuff is really funny.
Oh yeah, not to. And it's funny because I'm at this point where like people will either tag me in memes, send me memes, or fucking like, did you see this? And I'm like, I saw it, and I'm gonna post that one too now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with the social media presence and stuff like that, a lot of times when you're out there and like I said, you're out here just doing this one for fun. You're not out there trying to push it or heavily push social media. But like, what's the main social media you like go to? Because I'm not a Twitter guy at all. I'm strictly Instagram. That's what I've always known. I tried to do Twitter a few times, but it's just like it sometimes it's too much for me, and I don't know what I'm looking at. I just kind of just repost and tweet what everyone sends me. Yeah,
for sure. I think I have the most followers on Twitter. I've last year or the year before I started Instagram, so I'm just kind of getting started with that. I like doing the picture type stuff, visual stuff. Like Twitter's more like words, conversations, stuff like that. If I can think of something funny to say, I'll make a Twitter post, but usually I'll just try to post like pictures. But Facebook, I don't really do much on there because a lot of the people that are my friends are like family and people I know in real life, and they're not really into any of the stuff that I'm into. So I'm like, I'm not going to waste my time posting stuff on there because people don't even really see it that often either. Like you have to be like it's almost like you have to post into a group on Facebook for people to really see it. And then, What's
Let's
up?
see.
Oh,
All right. Andy, can you hear me?
yeah, yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right, I can't hear you. I don't know what happened there. Let's see.
Let's see.
There we
Yeah,
go.
I don't know. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
All
I
right.
got you back.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It was like all of a sudden it clicked over, and I was like, "What the hell's going on?"
Oh, wow. So where did
Oh, see, I lost you again.
again? Okay.
I wonder what's going on. It's so weird.
Let's see. I mean, it could be like an internet connection or something, or
Go. Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. See, and I lost you again. I don't know where. Like the audio keeps cutting out. So weird. All
Yeah.
right. All right. Let's see here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you just fine.
Okay.
Can you hear
Trying to
me?
see. Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right.
All right. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, no, that's weird.
Nope, there it goes again.
It's
That's crazy. All right, let's see. All right, you can hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you. Let's see if it'll continue.
It looks like it's still recording.
Yeah, it's still recording.
Awesome.
All right, there we go. Ugh.
Yeah, but so like as far as social media, I think yeah, for me it's I think Twitter is like the one where I have the most followers. So, but I really like Instagram, just because it's more of a visual type thing. Um, but I don't like take any pictures of myself. I usually just like find pictures off the internet. Usually for movies or something, then I'll like try to post a funny caption or like uh, something, something to go on with the picture. I don't really do anything on Facebook just because it's like people I know in real life, and none of them are really into like what I like. So and plus I think Facebook is kind of weird. Like people just doesn't like Facebook. They really people don't really see your posts unless you post in like a group or something. It seems like,
Yeah.
or it's like yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I was gonna say if Facebook is like that, like um, it's Facebook used to be like the place, and then all of a sudden it shut down. It's like what the fuck is happening? It's like this entity now that most people shy away from. I like it. I still use it, but also too, I do use it to keep up with family and friends to see what's going on. I normally post my podcast, but I ended up creating just like the majority of us will just create a business page that's for the podcast. And I always tell people, it's like, look, if you like it, you like it. You don't like it, you don't need to. I always tell my friends, you don't got to follow it. You know what I'm saying? It's just so I can have that digital print out there, so it'll send people to where I need them to go to. And so a lot of my friends they do, but also too like I post so many memes that some of my friends and family were like, I'm tired of seeing only you. And so, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I ended up creating a page and then switching all my Instagram posts and everything to that page. So then my family and friends aren't bombarded with all my memes.
Oh yeah, for sure. That makes sense. But yeah, no, I'm like really bad at social media, man. I'm not like a super social person in real life, so it's hard for me to like constantly be posting, all the time. So I just don't, and but yeah, so if I up to my social media game, I might have a little bit more success, with like attracting people to my podcast or whatever. But it is what it is.
Well, that's one of the things about the Sit Network starting is that since we're all a big group, we all take a little piece and try to push ourselves in there. Andrew made our website, which our website has all our podcasts, all informations, and all our contacts, which is fucking ridiculously good. You know what I'm saying? I've gone on there and looked at. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? That's like I said, I always wanted to start a website, but I've never started a website. But he's got that up there now, so it's almost like he basically did the heavy work for me. And with that, you know what I'm saying? Like literally you can go on there and find out every one of our platforms, every one of our, if we do have a website or a merch store or whatever we have, and social media is literally it's a one-stop shop for us. And then plus the guys take care of the Instagram network, and then I do the network sit network for us on Instagram because that's what I do. So it's easily done for me. I always try to tell the guys, if you're gonna post something, tag the network in it, and then I can easily either reshare it, or what I'll do is I'll go into the post, grab the picture, grab their caption, and then throw it in there onto Instagram for us because like I said, it really helps us grow and share all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I love about being in the network we have is a lot of us are sitting there putting in the footwork for us to fucking try to succeed a little bit more.
Yeah, no, it's great being part of the network. I mean, I just had never had the opportunity before, so this is really cool. Like just having other people like to share your shows, and you can share their shows. Like cross network and stuff like that.
Exactly.
It's really cool, man.
Yeah, especially being on each other's shows because it gives us a big variety of people to draw from that we want to talk to. Like when you went on Andrew's show, I was like, this is a great fucking episode you guys were talking about. And then I got a chance to be on Andrew's episode, and then like I said, being able to jump back and forth to every one of our shows, it gives us that more depth to what this network really does, is because we can really lean on each other for help and for assistance on trying to figure out what to do. You know what I'm saying? And like even today, we're going to be on tonight with Andrew on his feed for YouTube discussing what is needed or the beginning stages of podcasting, because he's got his hands in everything right now, and I think it's a really good chance to get ourselves out there and just talk about stuff that like our own personal experiences, our own personal things that we do.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea. Yeah, I wish I could be a part of it. Because I feel like I have a lot of things I could share just from my different experiences within podcasting, like things I've learned, like for setting up a podcast, to just make how you little simple things you can do to make it sound better. Kind of like some pet peeves I have when I listen to podcasting and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. And that's the whole discussion of what we're doing. Like I said, it's just like there's so many answers or questions that people have, and a lot of times there's no one really they can turn to. And like most podcasters, what I'm saying, a lot, like I have good interaction with a lot of podcasts out there, but some podcasters don't want to talk about what they're doing to succeed, or they don't want to share their little secret. Like someone's going to take it. I'm like, there's so many shows out there. I'm pretty sure everyone's got a little gist of everything. People just want a little tidbit on how to progress, and why not give it to them? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. There's enough out there for everybody. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't have to be a competition, and that's one of the frustrating things with it. Yeah, it's just people think they have to compete against each other. It'd have to be the best show out there. It's just like everybody's show is different. Like,
yeah,
everybody brings a different perspective when they're creating a show. Even if me and you both did a show like on the exact same thing, each show would still be different because we each have a different perspective.
Now, which is the truth, what I'm saying? Different characters, different dynamics, different personalities, and that's what makes a show successful, is having that individuality. Like, a lot of people are like, well, you're sounding like me, you're doing like, no, I don't sound like you, I don't talk like you, and we don't do we don't act the same. So, a lot of times that people want that, what I'm saying? They want that individual connection. And that's what I love about a lot of our podcasts, because we all touch bases on different subjects in our own ways. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking great. It's very enjoyable because, like I said, I got a huge feed of podcasts that I like to listen to, and then we have our network feed where it's like I can literally turn around. I'm listening to UFOs. I'm listening to the paranormal. I'm listening to horror. I'm listening to movies. Top fives, fucking Cold War. You know what I'm saying? There's like Christmas, fucking we're completely all over the system. And, a lot of us have multiple shows now. You know what I'm saying? We're all, and like even too collaborating through the network where you got Kyle and Pat doing a collaboration podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, most people wouldn't even phantom doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because most people don't want to work with each other. But we got a good group of guys where we can actually all work together.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I mean, I've thought I always have a million ideas on like starting different things and stuff. So I always kind of have this in the back of my mind, and I'm thinking about like who could I do that with, things like that. But yeah, so it's always great to have like a network of people that you can kind of pull from like that.
Oh yeah, especially bouncing ideas off back and forth. Does this sound good? You know what I'm saying? And it's just like it's nice to actually have that. You know what I'm saying? Like we have our own. We have a message feed on Twitter, and we're at least the majority of us are always in contact of what's going on and what's happening. You know what I'm saying? And it's nice to check in every so often and see what the guys are up to.
Yeah, and I'm always kind of lurking around there. I'm always trying to like stuff and share stuff when I can. I'm not the most vocal person, but I'm always like paying attention to what everybody's doing and excited to see what's going on with everybody else.
Oh yeah, no, it's an exciting time at this moment in time. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm going to ask you, how's the pandemic been treating you?
Pretty good. I mean, okay. I mean, considering I've been working throughout. With my job, I'm a medical courier, so I pretty much had to work the whole time, and I'm even like doing, like transporting like COVID tests and stuff like that too. Um, so yeah, I mean, that as far as work, that's been good. Actually, it's brought up an opportunity for my wife to find like a contract job that's been really good for us. She's a contract tracer, so. That's kind of come about because of the whole pandemic thing, which is not great. But the whole pandemic thing sucks. But for us, it's kind of created some more like job opportunities for like my wife. So that's been good. But overall, I mean, we can't complain. I mean, our family's been healthy. I know my sister-in-law, she got COVID, but she's okay. My parent, like me and my wife, are just being super careful because my parents, like in their 70s, and they're super susceptible. They just have like other health issues, so we have to be super careful. My wife has a grandmother that's like 93, so and they're just not like what sucked for her. We couldn't see her for the longest time because they had those nursing homes on lockdown.
Oh yeah,
and so we just had to like stand outside and like kind of wave to her. So that kind of sucked, but we were actually able to like see her outside for a while. But then, here the weather gets really cold, so we can go inside and see her. But now they started opening up to where we can actually go inside into like this little office inside and at least see her there. So that's been good. But yeah, overall, I mean, we've been making it. I don't know. How about you guys? How's it treated you?
Well, we're doing fine. Once the fires died down here, we've been fucking just like great. I've been working this whole time. My wife's been working here this whole time. The only thing, my wife just doesn't have to commute anymore because she usually commutes to the city, and it takes her about an hour to commute to the city to work at her office. But she's been working home ever since basically COVID hit hard, and they're like, "Oh, guess what? You guys now stay home." You know what I'm saying? Once it was like declared the pandemic, they were like, she works from home. So, and I work right down the street from my house. And, I'm a cashier for Costco, so, nothing's changed for me. I've been a frontline worker just like yourself this whole time. Like, nothing's changed out of my time. I've had more opportunity to do a lot more around the house because it's funny because, just like you said, it creates opportunity. We've not done anything or spent money on doing things that we would normally do that we've had opportunities to fix the house, remodel, do things that we've been wanting to do, but we keep putting it off because we never felt like we had time. And so now that we have time, it's like, why aren't we doing these? And so it's like it's just hilarious because it's like, we're so used to be out and about and running the world that now we're like, we're home. What do we do? Well, guess what? We had a list of projects that needed to get knocked out, and so guess what we're doing?
Yeah, no, that's a great time to do that kind of stuff. Yeah, because like you said, you're saving money, so you have money to put towards that kind of stuff. Me and my wife, we're trying to figure out like stuff that we can do around the house, and even trying to like think of like side hustles that we can start, stuff like that. We're kind of thinking about trying to start like a flipping business, like like a online where we just like sell stuff on eBay and things that.
That'd be a great idea because that exactly where it's at. I don't. What part, where are you guys at? Texas or Kansas?
No, I'm in Kansas City. Yeah.
Yeah,
Kansas
I remember.
Missouri.
I couldn't remember for some reason. I remember you saying Kansas before, and but out here, I have a home gym. I started building a home gym before the whole pandemic started because I kind of foreseen this happening. I seen like I could see all the red flags of, oh, this shit's happening. Oh, they're talking about closing the gyms. They're talking about, we're going to have to be social distancing, all this extra bullshit. So I started accumulating gym equipment. And then as soon as the gyms close, boom, prices skyrocket. And if you really search, you really wheel and deal with people. I bought a handful of weights, made the stuff that I wanted, and then I've been flipping those. I'm literally just flipping weights to get more weights to get what I want. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a little bit of this, so I'll sell that. I have a little bit of this, I'll sell that, and then I can get what I want. You know what I'm saying? I've literally been upgrading my equipment every time. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I find something better, I'll sell something, use the money that I sold to get that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saving the money. I'm just using the money to accumulate the stuff that I want to have.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, and a few years ago, I started an eBay business where I was selling movies and like things like that, movies online, because I was able to like find like out of print like DVDs and Blu-rays and even like old like VHS tapes that are like really hard to find. Like I was able to find some of that stuff like and flip it on eBay and make some decent, like a part-time income. It was. But like around here in Kansas City, I don't have a lot of competition for that kind of stuff. And like where we're at centrally located, it's easy to ship to like either coast, like it's super fast. Nice. So yeah, it just works out for us, like for shipping, just for like finding stuff too, like because there's we're not like a huge like city, so there's not as much competition. So so it works out. Nice.
I'm gonna ask you this question now too. Have you? I know you said you don't do too much on social media, and you're not using, Twitter's your main thing. But have you at all heard or jumped on or seen TikTok yet?
I've heard of it. I've not. I think I've seen some like videos on like YouTube or whatever, just like some compilation videos.
Yeah.
But I haven't really like logged on or anything like that. I don't know. Like, I haven't really seen the draw for it for myself because it just seems like a bunch of like teenagers like lip syncing to stuff. I don't know.
All right, now this is what I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was. And so my wife, she jumped on TikTok right around the pandemic, and so she was sending me TikTok. She'll check this out, check this out, check this out. I didn't have the app, so I just kind of go through the web page and look at it. And it got to the point where she was sending me so many that I needed to download the app just so I can look at them faster. And then next thing you know, TikTok is not lip syncing. Okay. It was, but it's not. And so now it's like people posting facts or true statements, or like people doing these 60-second TED Talks or these 60-second like informational talks about like stuff going on. Like a lot of people, and I've been made my own TikToks and doing the stuff like that. But like people actually start, they have a creator fund for once you hit a certain level of views and a certain level of likes, you literally start making pennies on the dollar, and just by making these videos, and then you start, receiving revenue. And so it's pretty crazy because you're seeing people make some serious fucking cash on here now. But TikTok has sides of TikTok. So like I like watching construction videos for some reason. And now I'm on construction TikTok. So like people are like, you can use this tool like this, or you can do this with this tool, or like, did you see this life hack? And then I also like house inspecting TikTok. And so like on that, like people are showing house inspections, like this is what you shouldn't buy. This is what you shouldn't see. You know what I'm saying? What
Oh
were they
wow.
fucking thinking? You know what I'm saying? Like so these all the and you know I watch lowrider TikTok, bodybuilding. There's so many different versions, and there's a horror section of TikTok that you wouldn't even fucking believe that is so deep. These people fucking take this shit serious, and like even there's even a true crime section. But once you start watching the videos and you get past all the bullshit, the algorithm picks you up and it literally dials you into what you like.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, man, that
Yeah,
sounds really cool.
it's pretty fucking funny. And then you know, my wife likes dog videos and horse videos, so she's always sending me dog videos and horse videos. So I get on that feed, and so we always see all this funny shit that's going on there. So it's pretty fucking hilarious. So. And I do recommend because, like I said, there's a lot of dead time and a lot of time that we're not doing anything. So you have to be extremely careful on how long you scroll for, because they have a TikTok about TikToking where like you start looking at it and next thing you know, it's the end of the day. Where'd the fucking day go? You know what I mean? Because it captures you so fucking well. It's insane to me, like how dialed in it is. You know?
Oh yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, I'll at least have to like check out the website.
Yeah. Or not even check. Like I said, download it on your phone. Just kind of scroll through it, and then as you start liking videos or watching videos, because it literally, if you watch a video through it, it'll be like, oh, he liked this video. So even though you didn't like it, it'll be all right. You know, we'll kind of shift his algorithm towards it. It's fucking insane.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, man. All those like algorithms, all that stuff, like targeting people, like, you know, kind of like, it learns from you. It's kind of crazy. It learns
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I swear to God, bro. I was like, it's just. But you know, I always say this to everybody because it is the new trend at the moment. And like I said, when I first heard of TikTok, and before he was even talking to TikTok, it was called Musically, and that's what my kids like to be on. So I thought I was like, that's stupid. I don't fucking want to be on that shit. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I'm a fucking
Yeah.
adult. You know. And the next thing you know, it's like, nah, there's fucking everyone of my age sitting there making funny ass shit or fucking like making like these crazy, you know, story time videos of like bullshit that's happening, and it just draws you in. It just draws you in. It's like listening to a good podcast. It's like, what the fuck? Like, and what's even more funny now, I don't like watching TV shows, but I'll watch a TV show through a TikTok. So people will fucking put a whole episode and break it into 60-second clips.
Wow.
I'm sitting there, why am I watching TV through these clips?
Hey, you know, I guess where it works.
I tell you. It's also introduced me a lot of movies too. Like there's a couple of Hulu movies and a couple of Netflix shows that come on, and then you know, I just listen to them and stuff like that. Now, before how big are you into Skinwalker Ranch?
So actually, I did an episode on Black Cat Shadow on Skinwalker Ranch. So I've done some research on it. It's interesting for sure. I mean, it's just crazy, just the variety of different things that go on there.
All right, Hulu just came out with a new season, a new series. It's called Skinwalker Ranch TV series. Not very clever on the fucking title, but this is all recorded in 2020, and so this is all updated stuff that's happened. And so they kind of honey dick you on the last episode, but fucking it's 6 episode. It's great because like I said, that's the stuff that I like. I'm very deep into cryptics, very deep into aliens and Bigfoots and stuff like that. That's my shit. I love to watch it. I love to talk about it. I love all that fucking shit. But if you're looking for a good TV series right now, that's the fucking one to watch because it's fucking like some of the shit happening. You're like, dude, what the fuck, you know?
Wow, yeah. No, that sounds really interesting. I'm definitely into like cryptids. Like, you know, just the weirder the better. I mean, I've Bigfoot's cool, but I feel like they're just I don't know. I feel like there's been like a million things on. I kind of like I'd like to look for some of the lesser known ones like Mothman, or I guess Mothman is not pretty well known now, but you know, just like just some weird stuff. I like looking for anything weird like that. Anything that kind of makes me I don't know, causes like me to like just see the world in a different light, I guess. I don't know. It just you know, it just makes me like, it's just interesting to me. It's really fascinating to think about, like, man, there could be these undiscovered like creatures out there, or like aliens visiting us or whatever, you know. It's just like, it just, you know, takes you out of that mundane world mindset and like kind of get your imagination going.
It does. Have you had any experiences?
So I have had a paranormal experience, and that I talked about on Andrew's show, where I think I saw a ghost. I don't know what the hell it was, but yeah, I'll say here. So like one night I was just like in bed sleeping, and it was in the middle of the night, and like I felt like something, like like if somebody sits down on the bed or something's moving, like you can feel it on the mattress or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, 100%.
Like, so I felt something walking on the bed, and at first I thought it was my cat, because at the time I had a cat. But then I remember, no, I shut the door. I don't let him in the bedroom, because if I do, he'll keep me up all night trying to play or whatever. So
Yeah.
so I felt something like walking on the bed, like the steps on the bed. It was really weird. It woke me up. It was so much so that it woke me up. And I woke up and I looked, and what I saw was these like small little white legs, only about like a foot tall, was just like walking along the bed, and then they walked into the wall and disappeared. It was weird.
That's crazy.
So like I don't even know what it was. Like I don't know. Like for me, almost it's like not quite a ghost, because it's something that I had weight to it, because I could feel it walking on the bed. But then it like walked into the wall and disappeared. So I don't know how that could even happen. Like. And why did I only see the legs? And it's like really something really short.
Yeah,
I don't know. It was weird, but
you gotta go. You and Pat gotta hook up and do a paranormal activity, because he has a similar thing that's happened to him, and it'd be fucking great if you guys both fucking talk about that shit, because Pat's got quite a bit of stories. And so you would, and I've known Pat forever, and so like I'm like, God damn, bro, that fucking scares me.
Yeah, no, I mean, when he first started, he had me on there, and I was able to tell the story, and so we kind of talked about it some, but this is like an early episode, I think.
Oh yeah, that's right. Now I remember.
It's probably been a couple of years ago now, but yeah, no, it's his he does some cool stuff on his paranormal activity show for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't want to hold you for too long, Andy. I already got you for an hour.
It's all good.
But let everyone know where they can find you.
Yeah. So I do a podcast called the World of Horror Podcast. It's me and Dave. Everybody knows Dave from Podcasts from Another World and all the other stuff that he does. But yeah, it's just kind of a casual conversation about different topics within the horror genre. I mean, you can find me on any podcast platform like Apple, Spotify, anything out there. I'm pretty much on. And if you want to check out my old show, it's Black Hat Shadow. I actually have a YouTube channel for that has all the episodes on it. Or you can find that on Apple, whatever platform you want to look for. There's just like some cool episodes about different topics like Skinwalker Ranch, or interviews with actors that have been in movies and stuff like that. Some really cool interviews. But yeah, I mean, I'm on Twitter at Black Cat Podcast. My Instagram is at Andy Ussery. It's at ANDYUSSERY. So that's pretty much how you can keep up with what's going on with me.
And I'll put all his links and info in the notes, so you guys can find them and check them out. All right, and thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Always living.